Is being a psychotherapist stressful? Well, that depends on your perception. It depends on where you are in your career. It depends on the context in which you're working. It depends on your willingness to take a look at what is coming up inside of you as you are doing the work that you're doing. Stress in some ways is a lot like friction. That friction is a force in nature that is required for us to live here on this earth. Without friction, we'd all just kind of float off into space. And it turns out that stress on some level is also like that. That most of us really need to have a little bit of a kind of a rub with something to stay engaged. And in this context, what that might mean is that, unlike other professions, as a psychotherapist, you are engaging difficult material and other people day in and day out. And if you have some experience in your life of being used as a caregiver or offering yourself as a caregiver, particularly to parental figures when you were younger, there is a kind of stress that will come up for you in the profession that's going to be really difficult to manage. Now, at the beginning of your career, that feeling of being the caregiver or the person who knows what to do or being a reliable source of support for people might feel really rewarding. You might get kind of a boost from it. And what happens over time for most of us is that then we are working from a place of our wounds with other people. And eventually that becomes stressful, not in that nice kind of friction way where we need to have that friction to stay in contact with the earth, but in a way that is really aggravating, and the perception of stress starts to increase. And when that perception of stress starts to increase, when our wounds that we're carrying around start to become activated in ways that have been maybe unconscious within us for a long time, then we start to move closer to the experience of burnout, which is a very difficult chronic stress condition to heal, but is ultimately a kind of wake up call or an indicator to start attending to this difficult material and experiences that are held unprocessed in your system.